Alright, here we go. Try this for the second time. But anyway, it has come to my attention that having friends with people, I guess, is wrong. But okay, here's my thoughts. Fuck you. This is a free country. I can have friends with whoever I want, whenever I want, and however I want to have them as an acquaintance or anything like that. So if you're going to talk about somebody behind their back, but yet you don't have the balls enough to say it to their face, um, people that do that, tend to really piss other people off. And when somebody is just in general talking, and then somebody else automatically turns it around and turns it against them, well, that's not what's supposed to be done. So my thoughts is leaving people alone and telling them that, this person is bad, or, why are you friends with this person, or anything like that. And then talking shit about that person because of it. Well, I hate to say this, but that's just beyond wrong. Granted, yes, I have friends. Only about 4 of them I talk to. So, things that, now, just because people have the same interests in things and they become friends, that doesn't give anybody else the right to talk bad about that person. Okay, granted, yes, somebody has a job that they love. Okay, leave them alone about it. Okay, I have a job that I love. I'm not going to say what it is, but I have a job that I love. And I'm not going to condone or talk bad about somebody because they have a job that they love, which I do. But anybody, I don't give a damn who it is. If you're going to talk bad about somebody because they have a job that they love, then you're the problem, not them. They're there to work. They're there to make money. I'm at my job because 1, I love it. 2, I need a job. I want to make some money. And 4, I don't need people talking shit, not only to me, but to other people that work at the same workplace. Granted, it's okay, yeah, you can talk shit to, just bullshit with somebody. But there's a difference. Whenever that one person tells you, hey, that's enough, and you still don't do it, well, I hate to say this, but you're the cause of the problem for a lot of other people. Because if you're going to talk bad about somebody because they have a job that they like or love, then that means that you're the cause of the problem, not them. And other people that have a job and say, hey, well, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. Okay, well, are we safe? The answer is yes. Are we doing what we're supposed to do? The answer is yes. Okay, quit bitching. I mean, if you have 2 different meanings about something, but they mean that, or let me rephrase that. If you have 2 different ways of saying something, but yet it means the same, what's wrong with using both meanings. I mean, okay, you can't condone somebody because they are using a different type of wording to mean the same thing. You can't condone somebody or talk shit about somebody because they might know more about something than anybody else. I mean, that can be at any workplace. I mean, okay, you work at a planer mill. We'll say a planer mill. You've done the same job for your entire life, and then yet other people come in and say what you're saying is wrong. What you're doing is wrong. What you're what the wording you're using is wrong. And then that person looks at him and says, okay, doesn't it mean the same thing? Well, yeah, but it's different with us. Okay. Well, if the meaning is the same, it's just worded different, then why can't you use the same thing? And that's what I don't understand. I mean, different places have different, meanings and stuff like that. But it all means the same. And, being constant asked questions about anything, when I drove 18 wheelers for a long time, and then somebody would say, okay, well, how do you do this with a truck? How do you do this with a truck? How do you do this with a truck? Like, well, I can't really give you an answer. I just do it. And, same thing with my job. I do my job safely. I do my job the way I was trained to do. And it's difficult to totally eliminate and or totally forget everything about how things are done and things aren't done. Like when I went to drive for somebody else, it was oh, hey, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do this. Okay, tell me why. Oh, well, we just say you can't do that. Okay, well, am I doing anything different than what anybody else does? The answer is no. And one thing that I will never understand is whenever you have somebody or a higher up and they say, we have an open door policy here. We have an open door policy. My door is always open whenever you need, and then you go to utilize that. You utilize that to hopefully your advantage. And you go to that higher up and then you say, okay, here's the problem. I've got an issue. I need help. Then you tell that person that. And then all of a sudden, within a few minutes or whatever, you have eavesdroppers listening in And then those same eavesdroppers, in confidence, you said to this higher up in confidence that, it's just between me and you and these four walls, whatever. You have eavesdroppers, and you have people that will automatically, within a few minutes, turn it around and use it against you. Saying, oh, well, I heard you said this, or I heard you said this. Okay, yeah, well, it's just like what my mom always said, don't believe what you hear and only half what you see. Okay? That's why I live a very private life. I don't let my personal life get involved with my workplace life. But if you keep doing your shit, keep talking your shit, then guess what? My private life is going to kind of ease over into my work life. And then whenever I get pissed off one day and just go postal on somebody, and then, that same person's going, well, why are you so pissed off? Why are you so pissed off? Gee, I wonder why. Because certain people wouldn't shut up about certain things. That's what really pisses me off, is that people will not leave things alone. People like to use other people's weaknesses, or not necessarily weaknesses, but people like to use other people's wording against them. Okay? Well, I know people, some will agree with me on this, some won't, and I really don't give a shit. But the people you need to really watch out for are the quiet ones. Because they're the type of people that you never know when they're about to snap. And they snap. And then when they do snap, everybody's all pissed off and says, well, what happened? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Okay, well, one, you wouldn't ever shut up about stuff. Two, you wouldn't ever leave that person alone about anything. Three, you wanted to constantly ridicule and talk bad about that person constantly. And four, if people say, leave me alone, then guess what? You leave that person alone. You don't constantly, or you don't, not constantly, but you don't continue to talk shit to that person. And there's a difference between bullshitting and talking shit. Bullshit means, you're just there just trying to make the day go. Okay, that's cool. But shit talking about somebody, that means you're talking down to that person. You're saying, oh, you don't know shit about anything. You don't know this, you don't know this, you don't know this. Okay, well, there's also called books. Literature written on paper. And I know this video I'm making, I know exactly what it's going to do. It's the people that watch this, that I know, are going to turn it around and use it against me. Okay? Well, that's not right. But it's going to happen. I know it is. I know it's going to happen. But that's okay. That's fine. But it's going to get to the point to where I get pissed off and I snap. And if I snap, somebody's going to get hurt. I'm not making threats, I'm making promises. The people that have been talked bad about and or talked bad to, their lives over the course of their life, like I have, they tend to take everything to heart, which, one, I don't really know how to explain this, but it's hard to distinguish between talking shit and just bullshit. It's hard to distinguish between the two from somebody like me. Over the years, I've had a whole bunch of people talking shit about me, to me. But I've left it alone. I've tried my best to say, hey, that's enough, leave me alone about it, things like that. And it didn't work. And then they wondered why I got all pissed off. Okay, well, there's your answer. But yeah, that's just my little rant tidbit video. But like I said, I know this video is going to be used against me. I know it is, because of the type of people that I work with. I've been dealt with so much shit talking and ridicule that I'm almost at my wit's end. But I'll leave it alone. But if the shit talking continues, I will do something about it, and I'm not scared. I'm not scared, and I'm not. Seriously. That's just my rant, and you guys have a blessed day and everything. Just watch out for the people that you talk to, because one of these days those are going to be the exact same people who you need help in the end, and they're going to look at you and say, you know what, fuck you. Of all the shit you were talking about me, all the shit you were saying about me, you know what, fuck you. And I'm not scared to say it. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you want to my page, and we'll see y'all later.